I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies have arrested a man they say is tied to several heroin overdoses that nearly resulted in death. Police say John Jack Organ was handcuffed on May 3rd during a traffic stop. Police say a canine at the scene sniffed the vehicle and found 4 grams of heroin and 2 grams of crack cocaine along with pills and drug paraphernalia. The heroin is being tested to determine whether it's been laced with fentanyl, which is often a deadly combination. Organ, who's been arrested 8 times in Flagler County since 2007, faces charges of trafficking heroin and possession with intent to distribute. A second man in the car, Matthew Paul, who's also known to police, faces drug charges as well.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
A convicted Flagler Beach murderer has once again appealed his life sentence for shooting his neighbor to death during an argument over barking dogs in March of 2012. John Arking has the details.
The attorney for Paul Miller filed a notice of appeal last month with the 5th District Court of Appeals. The 71-year-old Miller was convicted by a Flagler County jury in May of 2013 in the fatal shooting of his next-door neighbor, 52-year-old Dana Mulhall, in Miller's front yard. Miller's attorney is arguing that his client received ineffectual counsel during his trial from lead defense attorney Doug Williams, who chose not to put a use of force expert on the stand. But Williams has testified such an expert would not have swayed the jury after Miller's argumentative and defensive testimony during his trial. A judge agreed and dismissed an earlier appeal. Miller's attorney is challenging that ruling. Miller won't be eligible for parole until 2038. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
A Flagler County judge will be re-elected without having to run a campaign, Rich Petchke reports.
The deadline was noon Friday for challengers to file to run in the August 28th primary against a number of incumbent judges in the 7th Circuit, which includes Flagler County. Since nobody is opposing County Judge D. Melissa Moore-Stens, she will automatically receive another 6-year term on the bench. Moore-Stens was among a group of judges in the 7th Circuit that were unopposed in the primary, with only one circuit judge presiding outside Flagler County, who has an opponent. County judges earn nearly $152,000 a year. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Petchke.
It's mixed news on the economic front. Unemployment in Flagler County rests at 4.1%, down from a year ago and significantly improved since the recession. But with that comes a worker shortage. Employers in Flagler County say they're concerned that the lack of skilled workers is hurting their ability to grow. CareerSource says it saw just over 1,300 job seekers in March. That's the lowest number in at least a decade. But job postings are growing, especially in construction and the hospitality and education and health services sectors. The worker shortage isn't prompting employers to up their pay, though. Stats show salaries in Flagler County have slowly risen since 2006, but remain up to 20% below the statewide average. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.